Hello and welcome to another Betfred Sports video right here in the Quest Media Network studio. Now Peter, we're going to head straight into the Nations League fixture between England and Italy on Saturday. England head into this game on the back of a 1-1 draw against Germany on Tuesday. First of all, what did you make of the game?
Well, I thought that England were very lucky, frankly. Certainly debatable for the penalty, but the equaliser. And they got out of jail. Thought Germany were by far the better team. I just think that Southgate is in halfway in terms of whether he's going to experiment or not experiment. He does it half-baked. He doesn't go for it and put out a complete new team. He plays like one or two and it doesn't really make much impact. I thought the big gainer in all that was Grealish, because when he came off the bench, he made a massive difference, and I'll be amazed if he doesn't start at Molineux in front of no crowd on Saturday, because he certainly made a difference, and he made some comments which wouldn't have gone down particularly well at City about how he plays with more freedom for England rather than at City, where he's restrained under the strict tactical or clever tactical nous of Guardiola.
I was going to say, is he a good fit for City?
Well, I did say, I've been saying this consistently all last season, I'd have spent the 100 million in a different way. I'd have basically bought a striker like Harry Kane, who was available this time last year, and pushed the boat out for him, and they might have actually won the Champions League. Now they've got Haaland, so they've got another chance of winning the Champions League again. But that team is crying out for an out-and-out striker, rather than another clever midfield, not ball-winning, but crafty, creative player.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jack Grealish will be hoping to continue his fine form for the Three Lions when he take on Italy on Saturday. Peter, what are the odds looking like for this one?
Well, we do think that England are the favourites. They're 4-5 with Betfred to pick up all the points. Italy 19-5. Harry Kane, a lot of speculation whether he should actually play. I don't think he should. I think they should give Tammy Abraham a go. Anyway, Kane's 4-1 to score first. Abraham's 11-2. Sterling, who I see has been linked with a move to Chelsea this morning. He's 11-2 as well. Bowen, who's doing a fantastic introduction to the team, gives England something different. He's 13-2 to score his first goal for England. Foden also 13-2. He's likely to get back in the team after his bout of COVID. Of the score lines, most people are going on England 2-0 with Betfred, and that is 7-1.
Well, there you go. If you fancy England to win 2-0, they are priced with Betfred at 7-1. But elsewhere on Saturday, we've got Wales taking on Belgium. Even though this is the Nations League, we do now know, as we discussed on Monday Sports Talk, that Wales have qualified for the World Cup in December. So they'll be heading into this one with a bit of confidence.
Well, they might be very confident, but they're coming up against one of the best teams in the world in Belgium. And it'll be a huge test for them to check their credentials ahead of the World Cup in Qatar. We naturally have Belgium as the favourites to win this game. Their odds on 17-20. Gareth Bale, however, is 5-1 to score first. A lot of speculation about his future. De Bruyne, Belgium, of course, Manchester City, 6-1, and Eden Hazard, if you remember him, he's 7-1 to score first, and that'll put Belgium in the lead. Got the latest odds in to win the World Cup. Wales are kind of out there at 150-1 now. Brazil 9-2, England 11-2, second favourites. France 6-1, Spain 8-1. Argentina 9-1, Germany, they've come in slightly, they're at 11-2 as well now, and Portugal 12-1.
Well, there you go. I'm just taking a look at next season's Premier League campaign. I know that Betfred do have the odds for some quadruples, so I think Manchester City, are they 50-1, is that right?
Yeah, City are 50-1 to get the quad, and Liverpool, who came so close this time round, they're 150, or I'll just double check that. Liverpool, and they're 500 to 1 to get the quad Liverpool. So we think City have got the better chance with the stronger squad, and with Haaland in the team, of course. But I do think it's going to be those two teams again, for pressurising each other and creating an atmosphere amongst them where they both strive to win everything. A bit similar to, I hate to say this, the Scottish situation between Rangers and Celtic, where two great teams go head to head and force each other to improve. So we do think City have got the better chance of actually making history and winning the quad, which of course will mean the Champions League going to the Etihad for the first time in the club's history. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, we're going to move into some Betfred Super League news now, because the action continues this evening. We've got the Salford Red Devils taking on the Wigan Warriors at the AJ Bell Stadium. Peter, what are the odds looking like for this one?
Well, we think that it's going to be, the odds are looking like it's a Wigan victory there. Salford are struggling this season, the bottom end of the table. We've got Salford 11 to 5, Wigan their odds on 2 to 5. Bevan French and also Jay Field. Now, Jay Field is a favourite for the Man of Steel as well, but they're both 11 to 2 to score the first goal. Liam Marshall, he did so much good work to get Wigan to the Betfred Challenge Cup final. He's 13 to 2 to score the first try.
Excellent stuff. And I think the key fixture this weekend in the Betfred Super League, it's St Helens v Hull KR, because captain James Roby, he could apparently, according to Peter, rack up the most appearances in the Super League. Is that right?
Yeah, he's on the same number at the moment as Kevin Sinfield. 452 appearances in Betfred Super League. If James Roby plays, and he most likely will do, he's never been dropped before, and he's a skipper, then he'll break that record. He gets plaudits virtually every time he plays. He's been Man of Steel. He's just an excellent professional, superb rugby league player. I hope he changes his mind and starts getting back into the international fold as well. I've met him a few times. I've described him as the Gary Neville of rugby league. Very, very steady, doesn't make many mistakes. Picked me up on that, and he said he hasn't got as many opinions as Gary Neville, which is, I suppose, a fair comment. So if you think he's going to mark his pivotal moment in the Betfred Super League, he's 25 to 1 to score the first try. Much more likely, and I know lots and lots of people are getting on this, to score any time during this game is 3 to 1.
There you go, excellent stuff. So James Roby could be clocking up his 455th appearance this weekend. Well, just very quickly, got to take a look at some cricket news now, because the Lancashire Lightning, they travel to Durham this evening. Durham, that's in the Vitality Blast. Durham are priced at 6 to 4 and Lancs at 8 to 15. Of course, Lancs currently top their table. Well, we're going to move into some politics news now. Peter, what's the latest with this?
Well, we all know now that Boris Johnson survived his vote of confidence, so the Prime Minister is going to be with us for at least a year. But it is looking like the challenges are not going away. Betfred have reported brisk business in the political punting. We now have Jeremy Hunt, 4 to 1 favourite to replace him at some stage. And we do think that Boris Johnson's 11 to 10 to leave office this year, despite him winning this confidence vote, that keeps him in situ for at least a year before he can be challenged again. Other challengers, Penny Mordaunt, she's coming from 11 to 2 to 8 to 1. Education Secretary Nadim Zahawi, he's coming from 16 to 1 to 10 to 1. But still out there amongst the favourites is the Foreign Secretary Liz Truss. She's 7 to 1 to take over from Boris eventually.
Excellent stuff. Well, just to recap, in football this weekend, we've got England taking on Italy and Wales taking on Belgium. Of course, that's in the Nations League. This evening in the Vitality Blast, we've got Lancashire travelling to Durham. And in the Betfred Super League this evening, the Salford Red Devils host Wigan Warriors. And then this weekend, in the biggest fixture, arguably that is, St Helens take on Hull KR. And if you do fancy a punt on any of those fixtures, Betfred stores are now open, but you can also bet online via their app.